Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense will always try to get some tips, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the invitation.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Genty. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing crow routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
The inside handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Genty. At midfield, he's got room. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
On the run, it's Gaines. Fights off the defender. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. They go to the ground. Bulls his way forward. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Now on the option. Now the toss.
Well, the ball carrier there was just hoping his speed was going to get him to the outside to turn the corner, but nothing working. Defense forces him out of bounds for a loss.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Run in the red zone, it's Gaines. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Big loss on the last play. Threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Genty. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Get it out on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, looking to pass. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, and now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Getting some heat. Oh, they had the screen all set up on 1st down, and he couldn't make the catch.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Henderson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
The give is to Miller. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Got the quick pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the 1st down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
pick up a 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. On the option. He'll pitch it. Bust through behind his pad. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And nice blocking by this offense. Nice job running the football. How about the running back? You could tell he knew exactly where the goal line was. He wanted to get to it. He was fighting to get to it, but goes out of bounds at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. This offense is in great.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their deepest to finish off this half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it in.
Fires and picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Alabama quickly back to the line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. He'll throw it. He looks that one in nicely. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Miller with the ball. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Just enough time to get off one more snap. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And in the closing moments of the 1st half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. He won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. And the Broncos will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. trying to set the tone with the run. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quick strike complete. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Alabama pushing the tempo. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
He's got it on the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Alabama quickly back to the line. A lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the Tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU, Jesse, had a year to think on that.
They sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are two programs that are consistently competing for the same five-star athletes across the board. That's a big reason why this game means so much.
He's got it down the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They're just marching it and already threatening in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. The give is to Miller. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. From the gun, the ground game. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking down the middle. It's complete. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
And guys, this is a great time to take a shot if you want on second and short. Give to the running back. The Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything.
He's off to the races. Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right?
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
They'll give it to the back. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Grabbed behind the line, it's Haynes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Miller with the ball. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Alabama pushing the tempo. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. What can they pull out of the playbook here on second and long from the 17? Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Looking to scramble. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Back to the line after the incompletion. Second and 10 from the 37. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Matt, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Paulo. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This offense has a second down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Lofts one high and deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, they hoped up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Now facing a third and long. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. When you're around midfield, there's not really much of a choice. Go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half.
Lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. Gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement, and they're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
They'll go back to the air on second down. He'll take another shot here. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Delivers the contact. Got some room to run. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's going to throw deep right side. And he makes the catch at the 25. Touchdown LSU! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. It's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. That's how you want to finish a half.
And the extra point splits the upright. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The quick out. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Gain of 18. And that's a first down for the offense.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got it! And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. And the Tigers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. It's complete. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick setting up 4th down.
Trying to slam in. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback will audible. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. He unleashes a long one. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, it's an unfortunate drop by the tight end there, and he's a guy they just have not been able to get him involved in this football game. We're here in the second half, and this guy still doesn't have a catch.
Backed up in their own end. Don't hold the ball too long. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
What a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the jokes. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. That one comes out hot down the right side. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water. As soon as they saw this offense decide to go for it in that area of the field, they were like, okay, you're going to gift us the football. We'll go ahead. We'll take over. Thanks. We'll make a play, and we'll take this over. And now we're going to try to make you pay for that decision.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from us.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. This is like a baseball pitcher they can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Tide offense rolls onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 45. Running toward the tape. Tackle is made after the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They're trying to get to it. Safe completion on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Tide.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Turns it loose deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown Tigers. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense. And because of the score and the time, you kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a 2-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Henderson. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. that Alabama offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt.
Going to take a shot. Snags it on the right. And he breaks into the open. And he steps in just in the nick of time to get the touchdown they need, and now they need to cap it with a 2.
And massive play by this offense. This is exactly what you needed. You got the score. Now you got to get the 2-point conversion. Time's not on your side. There is no wait till a later point. It's go time. What's your 2-point play in this spot to tie the game up late?
The pass is incomplete, and late in this game, still down by 2 after failing on the conversion attempt. The clock reads 19 seconds. Onside kick coming. They have to get it to have a chance to win. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. First down for this offense. Looking for space. It's Durham. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Timeout called by the defense. 13 seconds to go. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Ball in the air. Intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Oh, my goodness. What you couldn't do. Make this mistake late in the ballgame. Now, your defense better go bail you out and make a play because that was a critical turnover.
He's going to pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. That's a fumble. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome for a full year. And this one is going to rest in their minds for the entire season going into next year.
And it's not going to sit well with the losing team. When you lose these, you're going to get hounded and you're going to get hate. You're going to get social media is going to destroy you about losing to your rival. But you got to put it past you. It is just one game. It's not that big of a deal. Well, Jesse, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is a big deal. You're right, David. I mean, a lot of these kids, they played with each other or against each other in high school. They've known each other for a long time. There's going to be a lot of trash talking going on, not just between players, but the fans, their families, coaching staffs. This is a game that's going to get talked about for an entire year. And you talk about wanting to get revenge, it's going to take some time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this... Welcome to Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers, where the hymn of choice is good old Rocky Top, and they hope that by the end of this one, it's good on Rocky Top. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Vols will put total leather to crank us up. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Here comes the offense on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Can't get him to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Alabama quickly back to the line. Crimson Tide dominated the last time they saw the ball blowing out Tennessee.
Man, Reese, it was roll tide roll as soon as they...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
The give to the back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but...
Oh, look out! They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
To the air on first down. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
They'll try it on the ground. Tackled, but he has a first down.
How about the run play on 4th and 3 to 4? A lot of times you see that's a pass play nowadays. They run the football, they stick to what they do well, they know where the first down marker is, and they get the first down.
The Volunteers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown ball. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the pace.
Going downfield for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Getting set for the point after. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We've got a timeout from the kicking team.
Timeout, Alabama.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Caught in the backfield. It's Selden. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Matthews. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of the
everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. This is not your run-of-the-mill regular season game. Instead, it is a top 10 clash, one team hoping to make a giant statement. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Vols will put it away to start the game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the arts with their football? A little ballet moment there. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Back open in the middle. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
They get to him as he throws. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. From this spot on the field, that will be a 53-yard field goal, but they'll leave the offense out there and try to pick up the first on 4th down. Makes the catch past the sticks. He's loose. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? To the air, it's Nussmeier. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. the 40, the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
That makes the score Tennessee 7, LSU 0.
The kickoff team out there and ready to go.
Set to kick off.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. And the ball is loose on the return. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it and they'll maintain possession. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Across the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks and first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
For jet sweep pass. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Moves around to clear up the vision. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and
throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. 1st down here for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He's got it on the right. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Number 17.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Oh, he wants it all. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Oh, man. Quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
2nd down coming up. Gets it out fast. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes. He's fast. He's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
And the Volunteers get it past the sticks. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll immediately call timeout. And the offense will stay out there with a mere 3 ticks remaining here in the 1st half. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On first down, he'll just run the quarterback sneak. That doesn't seem very creative. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Tennessee, 17. LSU, 0.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Selden. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The toss to the right. Still running at the 40. Nothing but green ahead. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
Go toss play to the right, I love it. And how about the receiver getting downfield and doing some work, helping his running back out on that big game?
This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. He'll ride his man on the option. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And no more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. After the earlier field goal, they'll try again, this time a 43-yard attempt. And it's right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And that one's incomplete. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. He's not afraid to go deep. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
There's not many... tendency to score a bunch of points really quickly. So you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need.
Touchdown ball! And the route is on. On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. This isn't your run-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. A first down for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. To throw, it's Iamaleava. He fires a bullet to the right. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, going to the air. He finds his man. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a gap. It's Sampson.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll try the run. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Quarterback checking off.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. The give to the back. Keeps the legs moving. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Trying to break the plane on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Volunteers!
Number 18.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football, and they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
And he makes the extra point.
The score. Tennessee.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The offense lining up for a first down play. From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, doing and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He hurls one deep down the left side. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Defense in press coverage. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And they stop the 4th down pass. The defense gets off the field.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That last chunk play is one that'll really put a drive on the move. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. Complete in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Looking to move it through the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Moore will throw. Using his feet to buy time. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Tennessee! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's
picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few 1st downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
The Volunteers headed quickly to the line. Leaves it with the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This will likely be the last play of the half. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Never a doubt. And now the lead's extended a little further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the Vols will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He'll off one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. The pull and throw off the RPO. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
At the 36. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give from the gun. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Tennessee 17, LSU.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give and tick, 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 tick. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. On the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And the offense is doing probably exactly what you want them to do. What do we need to do? We need to run clock. We got the lead. We're in a good situation to get points. Now, tick, 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 tick. The clock is my friend.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're trying to slam it in. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
He is denied, stopped just short of the goal line, pushed his way to the 1 and could go no further, and they'll turn it over on down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. 4th quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Now, thanks to that gamble and failure, a chance to tack a little extra onto the lead late. And you race it to the house. Touchdown ball!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just...
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, LSU!
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. grabs it inside his 25, and here he comes. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Okay, you have a two-score advantage here, so while you want to be aggressive, David, don't hand them a cheat.
Dang right. I'm not being reckless. I can still be aggressive, but a punt is not the worst thing, Jesse, in this situation in the fourth quarter.
You're right, David. You don't want to be reckless. So as a play caller here, let's dial up some things you know your quarterback sees well in the passing game.
Leaves it with the back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And the Volunteers want to move quickly. Movement here from the tight end. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Got out of trouble and throws. Freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires to the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. Quarterback on the keeper. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA. Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. We've got a top 25 showdown in this one, both teams with an opportunity to get a statement victory. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Buffaloes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Line gets set, first down. Handoff from the gun. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And here comes the offense on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. At the 35, he's got room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Gets it out quickly. Dances away from one. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Comes out throwing on first down. He's going to take a shot right away. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The give is to Miller. At the 45 on his way. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Now on first down from the 30. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They stripped it out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Scanning the field, it's Sanders. Pocket starts to collapse. Buys a little time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up 4th.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Alabama 7, Colorado 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They keep attacking through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play. Excellent field position here for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Quickly to the tight end. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. You know, Jesse, I like to joke that the tight end is always open. That's ridiculous how open he was.
Yeah, that would have been an understatement on that one. And I think the quarterback couldn't believe it himself. He took his steps, was reading coverage, and he thought, man, you're giving us this 1st down. That was too easy.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They feed him again. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. They're on the left hash. He'll have no trouble with the distance, but that angle may give him an issue. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down.
And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. We'll see if they can dial up one that works this time on 2nd down from the 14. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Fires to the right. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside his own 10, he'll try, and he coughs it up inside the 20. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
The end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 17.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off.
Set to kick off.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means...
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
Makes the grab. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
A first down run in the red zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. On second and goal, he gets another chance. Touchdown Tide! And the stomping has commenced. He'll try to tack on one more. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Coming out with it, it's Horn. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man downfield. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Here comes the 2-point try. Looking downfield, it's Sanders. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. They've got it to a 2-possession game, but now going for the onside kick here in the 3rd quarter. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And the kicking team's going to call a timeout. Still a lot of time to go here in the 3rd quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Offense getting set for 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. Smashes through the tackle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Well, that's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up, and this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
1st down to start the drive after the break. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Quarterback checking the play. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. Trucks through the defender. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
At the 21-yard line.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking to throw, it's Sanders. Finds a man in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He wants to throw it again. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to.
Fires one high and deep. Got it inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Coming after it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And he's going to run it back. And the ball's free deep in his own territory.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense? Getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to throw, it's Sanders. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. Offense set on first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He'll let one fly from deep in his own territory. He's got an open man, and he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Defense not showing press coverage. Going up top on first down. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.